Now at 10, the city of Pittsburgh says some services are back after a cyber incident in September. Plus, how a Republican and a Democrat in Ottawa County are working together to benefit constituents. And an Innovation and Tech Summit in Joplin aims to show entrepreneurs how technology can change their businesses.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The city of Pittsburgh says some of its services are back online after a cyber incident in September. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Elise Noe. On September 16th, the city suffered a cyber incident that shut down many of its services, including utility payments and phone systems. Now some services are back up, including utility payments, billing systems, and court proceedings. Phone and email services are still down, but officials say they should be back up and running soon. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us with a first look at weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a warmer, or at least a mild day for us today. Very windy as well. We had winds gusting 30 to 35 at times. Not as cold this morning. 45 is where we started. 71 for a high. That's pretty good. You got to remember, we had a stretch of 5 days. We had highs into the 40s. Average high is 64 degrees on the state. 83 is the record high, but it's been windy all day long. Now, these winds are calming down a little bit for us tonight, and then tomorrow they're not going to be as bad, but they're going to increase again once we get into Sunday. We do have some clouds kind of skirting through. Here's our next little wave. It doesn't have a lot of moisture. It's pushing through parts of Montana and into Wyoming. This is going to affect us as we head into the weekend with maybe a few random showers. Tonight we only drop back to 48, warming up a little bit more over the weekend. I'll have those details for you here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. We'll see you soon. Ottawa County Democrats and Republicans are working together to better their community. KOAM's Anthony Saviello sat down with the chairman of each party to learn how and why they are working across the aisle.
In a time where it may feel like our country and its elected leaders are more divided than ever, there are those locally who are setting their differences aside and working across the aisle.
We have a great working relationship. We do these things together, and we're trying to do more things together. And I will get that deer in the headlight, so to speak, like, why are you doing that? That doesn't make sense.
Rick Aldridge and Amanda Jackson may not have had the full intention of leading their parties.
Now I really see what need this county has for somebody that's willing to reach across the aisle.
However, both were given the role of leadership.
So we met up here. I don't know, we were up here for several hours. Several hours. And we just talked about how we both just want the community to be involved in the politics.
And with that leadership came a new way to tackle issues facing their community.
But here at the local level, which is we're a smaller community, you would think it'd be even more at odds because we're a smaller community. But it's been working well so far, and we hope to continue to grow.
The two do their best to make sure that negativity and division at the national level doesn't trickle down into their community.
Both parties right now, from a national perspective, are struggling, I guess I'll say. So maybe it needs to start at the grassroots level. Maybe it needs to start here.
Both of them have already made efforts to inform the community on crime and other issues, as well as helping prepare their community for the American Heartland theme park being built less than 30 miles away. But both acknowledge that there is still a lot of work left to be done.
We need to fan out to the Aftons, the Fairlands, the Wyandottes, places like that, and talk to those constituents and figure out some of the things that they may need.
We're all neighbors. Really just, that's my main plan, is to build the community back, get people re-energized, want to be involved.
Reporting in Ottawa County, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Aldridge and Jackson both emphasize it's important to be a registered voter so that you can make your voice heard. If you're planning on voting, remember Election Day is this Tuesday, November 7th. Joplin hosted the Regional Innovation and Technology Summit this week. The event brought together innovative thinkers, business leaders, and locals to discuss how technologies can support local businesses and the community. Artificial intelligence and robotics were two hot topics in the conference.
We're trying to introduce that to the business owners and the mom and pop practitioners who really that's not part of their day-to-day, but they can use it to attract more customers, create more visibility, create stronger connections with their customers that they have now.
It's great to see that everybody's working on different kinds of problems and how to solve them, but I think what's more important about things like this is that you get to meet people and maybe be able to help them in a way to solve that problem that they're trying to figure out.
Local hospitals joined the event to showcase medical technologies available. The annual summit was also a good opportunity for networking. More than 250 people registered for the event. There's a new business in Pittsburgh that's hoping to bring in both readers and cat lovers. It's called the Literary Cat Company. It's both a bookstore and a cat lounge. The business partners with a company that rehabilitates feral cats before bringing them to the store, where customers can read with and adopt them.
Perfect combination. The cats are, they just go with the whole vibe of lounging in a comfy chair with, a cup of tea or coffee and chillaxing and reading a book, and the cats just kind of, curl up on you.
The Literary Cat Company is located at 915 North Broadway in Pittsburgh. Coming up, Webb City residents hit the dance floor with a swing dancing and jazz event. Plus, how an art project at the Pittsburgh Public Library aims to shine a light on mental health. The Pittsburgh Public Library is hosting an event aimed at promoting mental health services and reducing the stigma surrounding those issues. It's called Mental Health Mosaic, and it was started by Emily Valley. Members of the public were invited to come and create works of art depicting their mental health experience. That artwork was then joined together with the rest to create a mosaic highlighting everyone's unique experience. The November 1st Friday swing dancing and live jazz event was in full swing tonight at Just a Taste in Webb City. The event, presented by Vintage Swing Movement, began with swing dance lessons for those looking to try new moves before they got into the groove with live jazz music from Jomo Jazz.
We see anything from 12 to like 90s. A lot of people, even if they don't like to dance, they come and they enjoy the jazz music.
Tickets were $12 for adults and $6 for students at the door. The event began at 7 p.m. and wrapped up at 10 p.m. Students in Pineville, Missouri had an extra fun Friday with a carnival. It's a longtime tradition there which raises money for the Hawks Nest PTO. That money is then used to improve the learning environments for students and faculty. It included a silent auction, game stations, and face painting. A little later, it's a big night for area football. John kicks off the latest edition of Friday Night Football in just a few minutes.
Well, of course, I hope you had a great Friday and temperatures really warmed up. If you remember, we were highs only into the 40s last Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then over the past couple days, we've been able to warm up just a little bit. Here's a nice shot of downtown Joplin on this Friday night. That's on top of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex downtown. One of our new tower cams. Looks pretty good. All right, lower 60s yesterday. We only dropped back mid 40s during the morning hours. Look at our highs today into lower 70s. So big switch compared to what we saw last weekend and then really the first half of this week. Now the winds, they were up there today. They backed down a little bit since the sun has set, and I think they're going to be not bad on Saturday. We have a weak front. Look at this wind shift line. It sinks in, so the winds aren't too bad, and then it lifts back toward the north on Sunday. As it does so, those southerly winds return, and it gets kind of breezy again by Sunday afternoon. We look good tonight. A few little clouds skirting through, a few showers up through parts of Illinois. Here's our next little wave. Doesn't have really any moisture, but it will give us some clouds, maybe a random shower over the weekend. And then you can see stacking up out to the west, those weak waves kind of lining up, which will affect us as we go into next week. Tonight, just some clouds, about 48 to 50 for an overnight low. All right, let's go through your Saturday. I'm going to stop at the noon hour. A lot of clouds, mostly cloudy skies, not as windy, lower 60s. As we get into the afternoon, still a lot of clouds, focusing on a couple random little showers, most of you dry. Maybe a notch or two cooler tomorrow just due to more clouds than what we saw today. But I think most of us about 68. As we get into tomorrow evening, look at these spotty showers. Very light, not a big deal, but we are going to have a few hit and miss showers out there. Most of these should be gone by Sunday morning, here 6:30 in the morning. And then Sunday afternoon looks great, warming up into the mid 70s for highs. So breaking down your weekend, 68 tomorrow, 73 Sunday, a few sprinkles late tomorrow, random shower tomorrow night, and then mild and windy on Sunday, shaping up pretty good. Of course, don't forget that the clock flips back an hour, falls back, whatever you want to call it, Saturday night. You gain an extra hour of sleep, but the sun is going to set at about 6 p.m. on Monday. 76 Monday, 78 Tuesday, a couple showers by Wednesday. Elise?
Doug and I are getting out of here so we can turn it over to John and Brock. Friday Night Football action straight ahead.
You're watching 4 State Friday Night, proudly sponsored by GN Bank, Crawcan, Sticklin and Sticklin Law Firm, and Macco Builders.
Hey, welcome into 4 States Friday Night. I'm KOAM Sports Director John Dales. Hard to believe it, but we're in the second week of the playoffs, and it's our last show of the football season. We begin tonight in Kansas with a battle between two of our local teams. That's 8-1 Humboldt and 6-3 Riverton. Riverton with a home playoff game for the second week in a row. Humboldt comes in looking for a road victory and a spot in sectionals. First drive of the game, the Cubs take 16 plays to go down the field, ending in this short touchdown run by Cole Mathis. They take a 6-0 lead. Humboldt looks like it can take control of this game, driving again. But take a look at this play by Zach Feldkamp. He forces the fumble and he recovers the fumble for the Rams. So Riverton with a little bit of momentum. Now it takes a 15-play drive, ending in this swing pass to Lake Crowder, who finds the end zone. They would get the 2-point conversion. Rams up 8-6. In the third, 4th and goal for Humboldt. Blake Ellis calls his own number. He gets across the goal line. That makes it 12-8. After recovering an onside kick, another 4th down. Ellis goes deep and Logan Page makes an incredible one-handed catch that keeps the drive alive, and that sets up another QB keeper. Ellis scores his second touchdown of the night. Humboldt hangs on to win 24-14. Cubs are regional champs. Now over to Class 3A. Frontenac hasn't lost a game, since week 1 against Colgan. The Raiders are at home tonight against Burlington. Frontenac taking on Burlington. Defense is the name of the game early. Peyton McDonald with the hack. Fumble. Ball gets loose and the Raiders are going to come up with it. 15-6 Frontenac at that point. Burlington with the ball again. Run game going nowhere. Swallowed up by a gang tackle of Raiders for no gain. Now the Raiders still hounding the Wildcats. Black cloud of Jersey swarm and push out Zane Hoback for a loss. Then Peyton McDonald on offense this time, making some waves, showing the muscle, bouncing off tackles, and showing the speed as well. Finally, Cats bring him down short of the end zone, his eyes downfield. Frontenac wins a close one, 15-12. The Raiders move on to sectionals. Meanwhile, top-seeded Webb City over in Missouri, coming off a bye, plays the Belton Pirates, who beat Ruskin last week 43-19. First quarter of this one, first play on offense for Webb. Gabe Johnson keeps it on the option, and look at this. Nobody is even going to touch him. He takes it all the way, 80 yards for the score. Cardinals up 7-0. Now, still first quarter, Cardinals on offense, and hey, doesn't this look familiar? There's Gabe Johnson again, keeper again, and he's gone again. 53 yards this time, 2 plays on offense, 2 touchdowns for Webb City. It's 14-0. We're still in the first. After a Cardinal interception, getting deja vu again. This time it's Omari Jackson who takes it to the left side, 35 yards for the score. That's his first play since a week 3 injury. That's 3 plays, 3 touchdowns if you're keeping track. If that wasn't good enough, how about 4 plays, 4 touchdowns? Braden McKee looks deep. Drew Vonderhaar wide open, takes it 78 yards to the house, and he gets his crown afterwards. Webb City dominates Belton 71-20 and moves on to the next round to take on Carthage next week at home. That brings us to a break. Stick with us. More highlights from Missouri on the other side. Hey, and welcome back into 4 States Friday night. We showed you some highlights from Kansas, then Class 5 in Missouri before the break. Now we head to a Class 4 district semifinal in Missouri with Nevada hosting. Nevada facing Grandview in the Class 4 District 7 semifinals. First quarter of this one's where we pick it up. Jack Cheney takes the handoff, and as we've seen him do a lot this year, big run for him, nice pickup, first down, and then Nevada caps off the drive by another handoff to Cheney. He finds the end zone for a touchdown, 7-0 Nevada. Next Tiger possession, Nevada goes right back to the well. Cheney splits the defense. He scores his second touchdown of the night, 14-zip. Next Grandview possession, after that the Bulldogs on the move, knocking on the door, but the ball pops free here, and Nevada's going to recover it. That's Henry Campbell who gets the fumble recovery. It's a touchback. Tigers get the ball back. Next possession, quarterback Kellen Braden calls his own number, drives across the goal line and scores. 21-zip Nevada. But wait, there's more from the Tigers. Next Bulldog possession, Dave Franklin throws over the middle. Tipped and intercepted by the big man, Kellen Ast. Tigers take over. Next offensive play, Kellen Braden goes to Jack Cheney. Once again, he's wide open. This time a receiving touchdown for him. It's the hat trick for him, his 3rd score of the night. Nevada rolls. They beat Grandview 43-0. Meanwhile, Mount Vernon ready to take on Reed Spring this evening in the Class 3 District 6 semifinal. Wolves get the ball first, but would be picked off. Mount Vernon on offense now. Gavin Johnston dropping back, and he finds Jarrett Zerby. He has no problem getting past the defense. 7-zip Mountaineers. Mount Vernon with the ball after a Reed Spring punt. Johnston trying to find an open receiver, but he's picked off. After it's tipped, Zach Preston with the return. Ensuing possession in the second quarter, Burrell finding James Dowdy in the end zone. Touchdown for Reed Spring. We're tied at 7. Mountaineers now moving down the field. Johnston finds Derby again. And once again, nice moves. He's going to find the end zone. It's 14-7 Mount Vernon. Wolves, after that, get the ball back. They're going for it on 4th down. Burrell rolls out to his left looking for Preston. Ball just over his head. Mountaineers take over with the ball. Once again, looking to score. And Braden Dodson takes the handoff. Whole lot of running room for him. Down to the Wolves' 22-yard line. 13 seconds left in the half. Johnston airs it out to Zerby again. Hat trick for him. Easy touchdown, 24-7 at that point. Mount Vernon doesn't have many problems with Reed Spring tonight. 45-13, they win. So Mount Vernon advances to the district championship, now to Class 2 in Missouri. Lamar had its only loss of the season to Seneca back in September. From that point on, the Tigers have looked unbeatable, and they're at home tonight against Diamond. Diamond, after the impressive upset victory against Sarcoxy last week, they win the coin toss, but Lamar starts with the ball. And check this out. Junior Aiden Sheet with a big kick return. Takes it 55 yards, making defenders miss all the way to the Wildcat 25. Next play, Alex Wilkerson, quarterback keeper, takes defenders with him, puts the Tigers inside the 5-yard line. Then Tigers on 3rd down and goal, they're going to give it to Logan Kish. He'll punch it in. Tigers go up 7-0 early in the first quarter. Wildcats need to respond early here. 3rd down for Diamond. Peyton Marlborough drops back to pass, airs it out. But look at that, picked off by Ian Googie. Gives Lamar a great field position, and they're going to capitalize again. Inside the 5, they'll snap it. Cooper Hahn barrels in. Tigers up 14-0. Wildcats still have life though. Marlborough scrambling. He airs it out, and he finds his man Zach Ruffton. Big pickup there across midfield. Wildcats with momentum. Marlborough looking to pass again, but Mario Della Pena makes a huge stop for the Tigers. They're fired up after that. Tigers' third drive now, looking to go 3 for 3 with touchdowns. They hand it right over to the man himself, Ian Googie. He's going to roll down the sideline, taking it 50 yards to the house. That made it 21-0. Lamar would go up 27-0 in the first quarter. They make it 47-0. That's the final score, and they advance to the district championship. Now for some 8-man action as the Liberal Bulldogs take on the College Heights Cougars. A rematch from September when College Heights won by 2. We start things with Logan Decker hitting Cannon Miller. Nice catch, run after the catch. Miller then takes the handoff, and he's going to go all the way to the end zone. Good for 6 points. College Heights with the early lead, but now it's Liberal's turn after that. Nolan Shaw refuses to go down, bouncing off tacklers. That's a first down, but Liberal has 2 botched snaps on the same drive. There's one of them. That's going to end up being a sack. Other one going to force an incomplete pass. So back to College Heights we go. Or first, here's the other botched snap and then an incomplete pass after that. Gives the ball back to College Heights. Now Decker. It's Caleb Quaid over the middle. Nice gain, and then Decker, the QB for College Heights, is going to take it in himself. Touchdown, Cougars. They're up 12-0. Liberal not to be outdone though. Ben Dingman, the return man, takes the ensuing kickoff all the way to the house. Final score 44-28. Liberal avenges its regular season loss and moves on to the district championship game. That's all the time we have for you on this edition of 4 States Friday Night, and all the time we have for you in 2023. Thanks so much for tuning in all season. Join me and Brock Baldridge in our final Press Box show of the year on Fox 14. That's in just about 30 minutes. But before then, here are some of the top plays of the night.